Hello YouTube, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Today we're going to take a look at a couple different things inside a new Linux distribution called SuperX. SuperX 3.0 has come out. It is codenamed Grace. If you guys saw my last video, we took a look at how to install it and a little bit of it inside Hyper-V. And truth be told, I'm redoing this video because I really didn't like the last one. And I decided to suck it up and try to record in 1080p in Linux. So we'll see how this goes. So here's SuperX, and we're going to install it inside VirtualBox. And so I've paused the installation here so we can kind of kick off. So here it goes. And we're doing this all on solid state media, so it should be nice and fast. So inside, so that's the sound that you're greeted with when you actually log in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up to the top here and we're going to install SuperX. Now you could go and actually play around with it, open up the text editor. In a certain sense, this is a full-fledged operating system, but we don't care about that. We just want to get it installed. But if you didn't have a hard drive, you could use this, get on the internet. Usually you can get on the internet. Most drivers out of the box should be supported. So we're going to go continue. And I'm installing this, like I said, on a Crucial SSD. So we're going to choose this 22 gigabyte drive I made. We're going to go install now. And once we get the guest integration services installed, we should be able to see full screen here. So we're going to choose, it found our location correctly, which is good. We're going to choose our keyboard here. Obviously we're not Danish. I hit the D key. I think I'm trying to tell it something I'm not. English Ghana. Wonder what that would be like. We're just going to choose US. We're going to click continue. And we're going to pick a name. We're going to call this Sysadmin Syndicate. Username Sysadmin. Password. We're going to put in a password. You could encrypt your home folder if you wanted to. I'm going to go through that. And it's going to take a little bit. Probably going to pause the video at this point and come back. So here we are back. And right now we're installing the guest integration services. Now it's been a long time since I've actually played with it's been a long time. I don't even know if I insert it right now if it'll stop it, because I work with Hyper-V at work, which is a Microsoft product. I'm still a huge Linux fan. I've been using things like pfSense, IPFire, and Smoothwall for a long time. But yeah, I wonder if I can take two devices at the same time. I should be able to. I mean, let's see. Nope. So yeah, I was right in my thinking. So it's going to install. While it's installing, guys, let's take a look at what we have to offer. So it comes with Chromium by default. Most Linux distributions will come with Firefox. And when you're picking a Linux distribution, that's what you really want to focus on if you're new to Linux, is not so much which distro you're going to go to, Ubuntu, Mint, Solaris, SUSE, Red Hat, you know, the list goes on. You more want to focus on what that means to you at where you're starting from. Most people, when they're picking Linux, they say I like Mint, or they say they like Ubuntu, without actually realizing that they're not actually a fan of Mint or Ubuntu. They're a fan of Unity or Cinnamon. So in this case, we're using what's called KDE. And KDE is a desktop environment that, in my opinion, is a lot more modern and it's got a lot more features, and you can customize pretty much every single thing. You can make the backgrounds of all your windows transparent. You can set things on fire. You can do all sorts of things to your desktop. You can do animations that you used to be able to do with something called Compiz. If you don't know what that is, it's basically something that allows you to rotate your desktop around in a cube and do all sorts of things like that. So this kind of gives you that kind of, let me show you what I'm talking about actually. Let's see if I can still find it. It's literally been a year since I've been playing with Linux. But, yeah, here it is. Desktop cube, desktop grid. And I'm not going to show this to you because this video is not really about KDE. But KDE is the most flexible and most modern desktop environment. And it's my personal favorite. I also like a lot of really light ones like OpenBox. Depends what I'm trying to do or what computer I'm trying to run Linux on, right? In this case, this computer is a Skookum, you know, Core i7 4790K with 14 gigs of RAM. I know, weird pairing, but anyway. But yeah, Linux is pretty neat. It's pretty much the same though when you get in here and you start using like the browsers and everything. You know, if I go to my YouTube here, you can kind of see there's nothing really different. You know, you click on something, you open Chrome, you do different stuff. It's really the same. So we will be focusing a lot more on Linux stuff, guys. I really want to build my Linux fan base up too, because I am a pretty dedicated Linux user. So if we go back over here and we check out some more things, there's a software updates package manager. There's a SuperX app center. It's kind of its own application, its own software center. There's Ubuntu software center. There's Mint software center. There's lots of different software centers. This one's called SuperX App Center, and it looks like another common app center. I can't put my finger on which one. And as you can see, this looks a lot different than normal KDE. So this is the way it looks when you open it up. And this is the way my KDE works on Ubuntu. So it is a big difference. Here's your volume. Here's your Ethernet symbol. USB drives that are plugged in, or optical discs, you can eject them from here. Much more modern than a lot of other Linux distros. Here's your clock and calendar. No events for this date. And you'll also be brought with things like, you know, a music player, an email application, or an email client as they're sometimes called, a word processor. This just looks like, I think, LibreOffice. Yeah. Well, of course it is, because the guy who makes this is apparently the CEO of LibreOffice. And of course, the first time this loads up, it is going to take longer, and it's definitely going to take longer in a live install. Once we actually get this installed, it's going to be much quicker. Much more fluid, less choppy. Alright guys, so here we are back, and it's done. It's asking us to either continue testing if we wanted to keep going in and playing around with the live installation, because like I said, we could use this for a fully functional installation, or if we just wanted to use a computer that did not have a hard drive. So we're going to go ahead and restart now. And then the next thing I'm going to do when we get this up is I'm going to log in as Sysadmin, and we're going to see if we can get guest integration services running. That's certainly bigger than it was. But still, that's pretty pissant, I'd say. Let's see. Okay, let's see if I can increase the resolution inside the operating system. And this is, oh, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Alright guys, so there we have it. Here's SuperX OS. We're finally in, and this has not even been released yet. 3.0 is scheduled release date. I might get in a little bit of trouble from the developer, forgive me. But this is supposed to be released tomorrow morning, officially released. You can download it right now. He has uploaded it. But as I said, it is not officially announced yet that this is out yet. This is the new version called Grace. As you can see, this is a very nice looking operating system. You can go into Gparted, I believe it's Gparted. It's the KDE partition manager, pardon me. You can go in here and you can go and slice up your disk. Now I don't want to do that, but you could. So the main applications that are here are under favorited applications. You can go into here and there's different other applications in here that you might want to play. You could add it to favorites, maybe you want that to be there. And there are lots of games besides little ones like this that you can actually play. One I used to play back in 2011 was called Assault Cube. Very good first-person shooter. There's lots of other games that are, I think Portal 2 is now able to be played on here if you get into play on Linux and Wine and stuff like that. And so also comes stock with Thunderbird. This is a great email client. It's probably the best email client that I've seen on Linux. There are other good ones. So you could set up an email account. We don't want to do that though. Other things you could do is you could come in here and open up the word processor. Or you could maybe say that, you know, I don't want to see this in my favorites. Or you could come in here and open up the App Center. You can see how fast it is for KDE distro. And you know, guys, I'm just curious. Let's see. This is something that a lot of people that are interested in this distro are probably wondering themselves. Let me see. Did he call it Task Manager in this distro? Usually it's called System Monitor. Yeah, this is System Monitor. Look how much RAM we're using. Not even a full gig, and that's kind of high for a Linux distro, but it's pretty good for KDE. KDE uses the most RAM out of any desktop environment, so that's good to see. You can go in here and look at your processes. Of course, you know, you might like other things like top. You can come in here. I think it's console. Oh, what was that? Oh, I thought that was something else. Never mind. So yeah, I really like the icons in here. It's very pleasing on the eyes. It comes with a torrent client here. Let's check this out. Oh, this is just KTorrent. This is what comes with KDE. Now, I probably shouldn't get into this too much, but if you are wondering, the difference between a window manager and a desktop environment is a desktop environments generally come with a lot more. They come with all these other things like, you know, a torrent application in the case of KDE, or they might come with a video player. So that pretty much sums it up for this distro. If you guys have any questions about this or want to see any more Linux videos, let me know what you guys want to see me demo. But this is really nice, I gotta say. I mean, here's Minitube. I love this. If you guys want to download this is where you can find it. You can come into here. You can go to superxos.com and then go to Get SuperX. And like I said, it's a very fast download. Installs fairly easily. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this video. Please like this video if you liked it. Please dislike it if you disliked it. And until next time, have a good one.